Everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and today we'll be looking at the markets, what's happening in the markets. We're not going to look at a lot of news, but there's a couple of news stories I want to cover, particularly the XRP news story with MoneyGram. There was a rumour a couple of weeks ago, but we'll look at that as well, and we'll look at the charts, and we'll also talk to you guys as well. So whatever you want to ask away. If you're watching just now, just leave a comment in the chat box just now. That would be brilliant. Just to say where you're from, or just to say hi. That would be fantastic. But as ever, if you can go down to the like button and crush the likes just now, that'll be fantastic. And if you can hit the notification bell if you want to kind of subscribe as well, if you've not already done so. And obviously join our Telegram group, which is a free Telegram group, link down below here. We're going to be growing that channel more and more over the coming weeks and months as well. Okay, so I just want to see if we're live or not. Are we live? We've got a few people in just now, so I'll just stick on my glasses and we'll just dive over just now and just see what the script is. Okay, Stephen King is in this morning. Andreas, David Clayton is in. Thanks for bringing your brother in, by the way. David, good to see that you're bringing people in. Crypto Cannabis, Rob UK, one of our brilliant admins, is in the house. Welcome to you. Pascal Amsterdam. Mike D, another brilliant admin, is in the house. Welcome to you, buddy. Gareth Mabet, Gordy Boy, Rob UK saying smash the likes. Yes, indeed, smash the likes, everybody. Rob Fiddler, Marcus Jafari, James Oklahoma is in as well, one of our brilliant admins. Another one of our brilliant admins. So 3 brilliant admins in. We have Mitch Dieter is in. Cheeslake is in. Rob UK, welcome back, James. We're glad to have you back. Axel is in the house. Kukla is in the house this morning. Glad you got in that bomb call. Not call, but glad you got in bomb. It was good that you kind of went for it. Gary Menzies is in the house. Peter Van Den Wright is in. Good day to you. B is in the house this morning from Scotland. John Russell is in. Mark Innes is in. Good to see you, buddy. IoT Financial is back with us as well. So good to see you all. Okay, dive over to Crypto Bubbles. What's happening over the last 24 hours? Crypto Bubbles, as we can see, we're mostly in the red. This is for the alts, and it's a selection of the alts. Not every single one of them, but a selection. We've got Link obviously being a big one that's kind of jumped up 12.5%, 96% on the month. Mona is up just now as well, 10% in the day, 124% for the month. ZEC, 36% for the month, 8.4% for the day. Maxmind Coin down 19.1% over the last day, still up 43% a month. Okay, we'll take a look at the last hour, see where we are. Is even redder. It's more red than before. So not looking good. We'll look at the charts after. Grincoin is down 10% over the last hour, or 8.7%, but up 141% for the month. Link we can see here. Just looked at that. Bitcoin Diamond down 3.2%. Bitcoin down 3.8%. So it's looking kind of red just now. Red across the board mostly. Obviously you're going to get outliers there, but it's kind of red across the board. That'll bring us on to what's happening overall in the markets just now. So we have an overall market capitalization of 283 billion. We've just lost a couple of billion over the last couple of hours. Bitcoin is $9,125. It kind of keeps on threatening to go down, then bounces right back up. So it doesn't want to fall for some reason, Bitcoin. Not for some reason, obviously people want it to stay up. So they're buying. Who's the winners and losers? Chainlink up 12%, only one in double-digit greens this morning. We'll have Monocoin, Zcash, Metaverse, Bitcoin SV, Hypercash, Bitcoin Diamond, Binance Coin, all up as well. So got about 20% in the green, 80% in the red. Maxmind, Elf, MaidSafe, Project Pi, Aurora, Dent, Omisi Go, Walton Chain, Biton, all down in the red as well. Okay, we'll have a look at, I've never kind of done the view all. This will take a wee bit of time. Got 100k. So we'll go back to that and just see if it lets us do this. It just takes a while to cache this on CoinMarketCap. Don't know why, it should have went on the other site and used that. But we just want to see, the reason we look at this is we just want to see if there's kind of outliers there, and we're looking for kind of hidden gems as well, or possible hidden gems is one way of finding them. Nah, it's just taking too long just now. We'll look at the Bitcoin chart. can see here $9,111 has fell below this support line. It's not closed below it, it's fell below it just now. But it's certainly not closed below it. So hopefully this is not a break from that trend that we're seeing. But I've kind of increased the trend line a couple of times, the number of trend lines we've got there. You can see this is the latest one that was put on the 14th of June to currently the 18th of June, obviously. The last one was the 11th of June to the 14th. And we've got a couple of trend lines in here as well. And these are all trend lines that are just getting steeper and steeper and steeper for Bitcoin. But the latest one, we're kind of breaking that trend line just now. What does that mean? Nothing at the moment. Obviously, it's just taking a breather. Took a breather from here, 9,393, all the way down to 8,814, $500 difference, $578 difference. So we did get up to 9,476, so 413. So it's taking a breather. We're going to expect this on the way up, but we'll just see if this comes back in play to fall in line with the trend line here. Otherwise, we're going to have to start a new trend line there. This is on the 2-hour chart. Look on the 4-hour chart. You can see this trend line still follows through as well. And as I say, we're changing this trend line all the time. We're just adding to it. And it's getting that steeper J curve that we were kind of talking about. If we look at that with a hockey stick pattern. Just zoom in and get this hockey stick pattern here. Just going parabolic, in other words. We'll still follow it on the day one as well. So it's still looking okay for Bitcoin, but 9,094 it's come down to now, so it's looking like it's coming down. So we need to wait and see what happens with Bitcoin. There's nothing to say that it's going to fall just now. Nothing that I can see just now. Obviously, we need to wait on this the next couple of hours because the last 4 candles have been red for Bitcoin. So is this natural? Is it kind of organic? Obviously, we're going to get some kind of pullback and we're going to expect that as well. So there's going to be a bit of turbulence along the way. See who's up just now. We'll just go back to chat, see who else has joined us. Nuala Fitzgerald is in. This is Jason, Deb's brother. Excellent, good to see you, Jason. James Gibbons is in the house. One of the brilliant admins. Oh, Crypto Knowledge Alliance. So I do apologise, I've just kind of seen that. Jimbo. One of the brilliant admins is in, so we've got 4 admins in the house just now. That's excellent. The Redneck Crypto is in. Facebook Coin is going to kill XRP. No, totally different spaces altogether. Facebook and XRP. I'm going to play you a kind of video from Brad Garlinghouse as well. In fact, I'll go to that just now. So we're talking about XRP here, and XRP news that they have actually bought into kind of MoneyGram. They've not taken over the MoneyGram or bought MoneyGram. They're just partnering with MoneyGram. So what they're doing is they're taking a 7% stake in MoneyGram with the option of going up to 10%. So we've got about $30 million to put in just now at the moment. So it's a stake. They're actually partnering with them. So this is going to be really big. It's going to be really, really big for XRP. And this is just the start of things to come, I think, for XRP. I've been saying this for ages. I know you're probably getting sick of me saying that. But it is going to jump big time, XRP, in price and value and for the mass adoption as well. So we need to look at XRP from a mass adoption point of view. So we've been traditionally thinking about it from the institution's point of view. So the banks are going to be using kind of the XRapid product, or Ripple's product basically, the XRapid, which uses XRP. It's got the other kind of products as well that doesn't really use XRP, but they're transferring over to XRapid as well, which is a good thing. So we've seen it kind of underlying in the background. There's going to be kind of used by the big banks, or hopefully used by the big banks. They've got lots of partnerships in the background with institutions. But this is a different story altogether for remittance kind of services. This for XRP is not just using the big institutions, obviously. It's going to where everyday people are kind of going to be using XRP. Now, they're not going to be knowing that they're going to be using XRP, but that's how it's going to work in the background, which means the XRP is going to get taken out of kind of existence and actually used as a use case scenario. So that's a big thing about MoneyGram. A lot of people don't realize how big this is. And MoneyGram have got about 5 to 6% of the overall market of remittances around the world as well. So this is really, really big. And I want to show you something for a couple of things. I want to show you the video that was on Bloomberg with Brad Garlinghouse yesterday as well about this kind of partnership. I want to show you it for two different reasons. One, obviously, to give you more information about MoneyGram and XRP. Also, to let you think about the CEOs that you've seen on your kind of projects. Think about the CEOs that you've seen and how they've kind of come across and what they've done. And I'm not naming names here. I'm just saying think about the CEOs and then look at this. So I'm going to share this with you just now.
MoneyGram owns about 5% of the global remittance market. How will this deal work?
Emily, it's great to be back. Thank you. The deal is a big step, I think, for Ripple, but it's even a bigger step for the overall industry. As you know well, there's been a lot of excitement around what blockchain and what digital assets and crypto can mean for the industry, and I think it's the reason why players like Facebook are diving in also. But we haven't yet seen much beyond experimentation, and really at Ripple, I think we are the market leader because we have matured aggressively and we're really solving real problems for real customers. MoneyGram is just the manifestation of that. And as the second largest global remittance company, we're able to have a big impact with one customer and one partner in this.
Now, as I understand it, Western Union tested Ripple to use for its network, but it ended up being more expensive than its current network. Is MoneyGram actually saving money by using Ripple?
You know, actually what Western Union said was that they've been around for decades, and what they said is that in our beta time, the time of the product hadn't yet launched, they said that we matched the efficiency of what they were already optimized. So my view on that was they had spent decades getting to an efficiency that we matched with a beta product. So I was actually really pleased that Western Union could come out and say we're already as good as the decades they had invested in building out that capability. With MoneyGram, we know out of the gates we can actually make their system much more efficient. And the key reason is today, both Western Union and MoneyGram, they pre-fund accounts around the world so they can make payments. So MoneyGram and Western Union have negative working capital. What our products allow those companies to do is to not pre-fund and to shoot payments in real time. And that's a massive savings in terms of the efficiency, not just in terms of what is the cost in FX, but the capital cost, the outlays. That it's really a dormant asset when you pre-fund those. It's sitting there waiting for people to make payments. And that's really the transformational thing that XRP as an extremely efficient digital asset allows for the industry.
How much equity did Ripple get in this deal?
Well, what we committed to do is to invest up to $50 million. We'll end up owning somewhere between about 6 or 7% and 10% of the company. They're going to they decide over the course of the next year how much of that $50 million they want to call down. At close, they've called down $30 million at a price of $4.10 per share. So we're excited to be shareholders because we think that actually it's been an undervalued asset. As you may know, Ant Financial tried to buy MoneyGram over a year ago. That was ultimately blocked by CFIUS, but we think it's a really undervalued and strategic asset in the overall payments landscape. We couldn't be more excited to have a shared vision of how digital assets can change the nature of how liquidity is managed for payment providers globally.
Right, a potential $1.2 billion deal that was blocked by the U.S. government. So what's next? Do you have plans to try to gain share in other existing money transfer services?
Well, what's next for us is to continue to build out and expand the number of corridors where we're live today. We work with over 200 banks and financial institutions around the world today. And with this new product around liquidity, we're now enabling liquidity into the Mexican peso and the Philippine peso. We certainly expect to be much broader than that, but we've only been live with this product for about 6 or 7 months. So I feel like we made a tremendous progress in a short amount of time. We're going to continue to invest with the customers we have today, as well as expand the number of corridors we support globally.
All right, so Facebook, we believe, announcing crypto plans tomorrow. There's broad speculation that this will be some sort of cryptocurrency that can be used internally within Facebook's walls to make payments on Facebook and within Facebook's other services like Instagram. What's your take?
Well, look, I think it's an incredibly positive signal for the overall blockchain and crypto market to have a player like Facebook leaning in. I think there's been obviously a lot of skepticism in the origins of crypto coming from kind of an anti-government and anti-bank point of view. To see major industry players lean in and participate in the market, I think is a really positive for the overall market. It'll be really interesting to see what part of the market they focus on. David Marcus has been an incredible leader, and given his experience at PayPal, I expect we'll see them do something very consumer-oriented part of the payment system. But I think it's, I'll be watching alongside everyone else to see what they decide to pursue. And I think what I've heard is the technology isn't quite ready to go live, but sometime in 2020 they'll be out there actually deploying that. For me, what MoneyGram and the stuff we're doing today is the key difference. It's what can we do today with these technologies to solve real problems? And I think it's been really hard for the people following this industry to separate what is noise and what is actual real and pragmatic today.
Now, that said, do you have any concern that what Facebook will unveil will make Ripple less relevant?
I don't think so. I mean, Facebook is obviously a consumer-oriented company. Instagram, WhatsApp, it's a very consumer-oriented company. What Ripple is doing is really enterprise infrastructure and interconnecting various payment networks around the world. So we're working with some of the biggest banks around the world, small payment providers, and really providing that interoperability between the different networks as opposed to solving within a network kind of problem. So I think it's just very, very different than what I expect they're going to be doing.
That was Brad Garlinghouse. Now, the kind of point of that as well was to kind of show you the difference between kind of what a CEO should be, or how a CEO should represent their company. Brad Garlinghouse kind of personifies how a CEO should act. You've got obviously crypto, and you've got these kind of people that are just kind of starting out in the crypto world and just in the kind of business as well. But he obviously is a businessman as well as having his foot in the door in both camps as being business and obviously in the blockchain kind of industry as well, which is relatively new, comparatively speaking. So this is what I like about kind of Brad Garlinghouse as well, compared to other CEOs. So think about the CEOs you've kind of seen. They've been interviewed, they've been spoken about as well. Some of them are brilliant and they really conduct themselves well, both from a business point of view, from a kind of integrity point of view as well, and representing kind of blockchain and crypto. Some of the CEOs that kind of I've invested in the past just do not do that. And this is the difference. This is a big difference. And it's just a small thing. A lot of people think it's a small thing, but it's a huge thing in business if you think about it. But also, it kind of said there about Facebook. Somebody mentioned in Facebook in the chat there, Facebook is going to crush XRP. It's not going to crush it. It's totally different kind of demographic they're kind of going after as well. XRP are really in the kind of, Brad Garlinghouse said there, the enterprise space, while Facebook is going for the consumer space. So it's BTC they're going for. And they're not going to be out, and it's not going to be ready for till beginning of 2020 or something. A lot can happen in the space of 6 months. So we need to wait and see, but they're going to release that today. It's going to be interesting to see what Facebook kind of say about that. Nikki Sheldrake kind of sent over an article here as well. Crypto analyst, Ripple most bullish USD chart, XRP target 2,000% gains. I'm just going to see if we've got sound. Yes, we have. So target's 2,000% gains. I've just looked at this just now. Despite relative underperformance compared to other assets in the crypto market, analysts conclude that Ripple charts are the most bullish out of any altcoins, especially the large caps, and could make up for ground it's lost to other digital assets. Analysts are watching a massive bullish pennant on XRP price charts and expecting a massive parabolic movement that could take the price of Ripple to a target of $10 per XRP. $10 per XRP. This is from newsbtc.com. So the crypto analysts everywhere for weeks have been sharing bullish price charts for Bitcoin as well as other high cap altcoins like Ethereum, Litecoin, which are both expected to outperform Bitcoin. This is a pre-halving. XRP charts, more than just a Ripple, XRP price to grow 2,000%. So crypto Fibonacci, a huge bullish pennant which will take some time to play out, but bullish nonetheless. Short term, running into some resistance at 78.6. A breakout that could lead to a break of the highs, a test of 127.2, retrace at 0.150. So talking about the price, so looking at the USD value here. So short term and long term, still very bullish on XRP. I know Scottish Bull, you're not. I can see that in your comments there as well. I'm still very bullish. I think it's going to bring or help to bring mass adoption to crypto with this MoneyGram especially, and with the links with Walmart as well. We can't forget about Walmart. And also, I don't know if you've seen this. Who was it? Crypto. It was him that kind of first said about the news about MoneyGram and Ripple, and a lot of people put him down. I kind of reported a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people put him down and said this is absolute rubbish. It's not going to happen. They're not going to buy over. Well, they didn't actually buy over kind of MoneyGram, but they brought a kind of portion of it. So it's a kind of partnership. But he was right, Crypto, and what he's saying is there's lots more to come. So I'm just going to see if we can see that. Right. Part 1 dropped as promised. Now I'm just looking at this just now just to see, because basically what it's saying, this is a small kind of news. Then Ripple are going to wait a couple of weeks and they're going to drop medium-sized news in a couple of weeks' time. Then they're going to wait and then they're going to drop big news a couple of weeks after that, or a couple of months after that. So over the coming weeks and months, this is what Crypto is saying, and he was right about the MoneyGram and Ripple kind of partnership. He was right about that. So a lot of people are following him now. A lot of people are apologising to him now as well. He broke that news on the 5th of June. But other people kind of broke it elsewhere as well. But a lot of people were kind of talking about this news on the 5th of June. So yeah, I think there's more to come for kind of XRP. We'll look at the XRP charts. Didn't do anything to the price. It's obviously kind of, it jumped up about 10%, then it's come right back down again. 4,762 Satoshi value. And I'm back into XRP, obviously trading and long-term as well. I've not got that much kind of long-term holdings, but enough just now. But trading, I put the trading money in there as well. So we're up on that just now. So we need to wait and see what happens here. But I'm going to stay in XRP for the foreseeable. Just now, I'll try and get maybe a couple of $1,000s in for trading and start afresh from another trading pot. Because I'm in and out of Ripple and I don't like to be out of it for too long, or XRP, because of what happened last night as well. So I'll go back in this morning for XRP. I'm just going to stay in it for the foreseeable, and I'll try and get a couple of $1,000s together to trade with as well, because I like day trading. But I'll keep that into Ripple just now. So that is what I think about Ripple. I think it's going to go up big time. I still think we're going to see 100%, 200% rises very, very soon with Ripple. Been saying it for a while. Nothing's kind of manifested. This is the first kind of sign. Well, there was a sign here back on the 13th of May when it jumped about 30%. I think we're going to see much bigger plays than that from Ripple, and it's going to be soon, so I'm not going to be out of it for too long. I want to stay in Ripple just now to catch these big rises. We'll look at XRP from a USD point of view. A lot of people kind of do that. I don't tend to, but we'll look at it from a dollar point of view. So 43 cents at the moment. And it looks as if we're looking, the next kind of jump up is going to be up to about 58 cents for Ripple. And I can see that happening very, very soon. I don't think we're going to have to wait too long for that. The next obvious kind of resistance there is going to be around about this level at 91 cents. And then we're kind of moving on up into the dollar kind of ranges after that. We'll just kind of plot this just now. So $1.18. And we've got $2.76 after that for resistance. So this is what's happening just now. Obviously, the dollar value of XRP has gone up because the Bitcoin value has gone up, obviously. So that's why I like to look at the BTC charts. But if it goes up in Satoshi value and Bitcoin stays at around about 9,100, 9,200, or even goes up, obviously the dollar value is going to go up exponentially more as well with the Ripple or XRP. So that's what I think is going to happen. I do genuinely believe this is going to jump up 100, 200%. And it's going to be, with this MoneyGram, although it doesn't look as if it's going to do anything much just now, and the MoneyGram announcement. It is going to happen very soon. Okay, so there's been a lot of comments after that. Scottish Bull is laughing at $10. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, but you're going to be surprised at how quick it goes up. I'm just going to read from here. Danny Phoenix is obviously very bullish on XRP. Good job, XRP, not only used by banks then. Exactly. Anyone can build a dApp on XRP Ledger and use the XRP token. Godboy, XRP is not crypto, it's want to be bank centralized. So there's mixed emotions here with XRP, I totally understand that. And this is not an XRP show, but we're dumping so fast. Right, what's going on with Bitcoin? It looks as if it's dumping. Did it dump there? 9,031. So 9,100. I'll go back to XRP BTC. So there must be something going on underlying. Right, we'll get back to these. BTC did a red candle down now, falling below 9k, so it's at 9,100 at the moment. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. Crypto market news, well, just seeing a 38,000 LTC sale on BTC pair, or Binance BTC pair. Wow, that is big. G-Slick decentralization, bring it on, says Danny Phoenix. Scottish Bull, kind of divided on that. Benton Taylor, hello Shark Leader, Grey Sharks. I'm all in XRP, no more waiting, the time has come. So far my Batman sense have been correct twice in a row. 3 is my lucky number. Excellent. I'm with you on that, Benton. I totally know what you mean. I don't like to be, when I'm trading, I don't like to be out of XRP too long. But there's just too many other opportunities when XRP is just doing its thing and just going down a wee bit more and more each time. But this is a good price to get in. A really good price, I think. David Schwartz, hello to you. Market cap means nothing. It doesn't really mean anything, to be honest, when you look at the kind of grand scheme of things, but we still use it as a gauge, so we have to look at it. Better buy gold, RB? No, I don't think so. Slim Shady, when coins like Binance go up to $30, a coin like XRP with utility and partnerships can go higher than $10. We're going to see, we're going to look back on this in the year 2019 for XRP and go, my God, Ripple was only 43 cents. I wish I'd got in Ripple when it was 43 cents. Or I wish I'd got in Ripple when it was kind of 4,800 Satoshi. Because it's going to be huge. Even though they're kind of dropping, they're putting more and more into circulation, it's not going to make any difference. It really isn't. Well, it is obviously going to make a difference. It's going to dilute the kind of circulating supply, but because it's been eaten up so quickly, and this is why the big institutions are so important, because it's going to be eaten up so quickly, because they're going to be taking it back out of circulation effectively. Not officially taken out of circulation, but effectively taken out of circulation. This is why these numbers that kind of Ripple are kind of dropping into the circulating supply. A lot of people are saying, oh, they're dropping kind of another billion into the circulating supply. It's not going to make any difference. It really isn't. This is why the big institutions are so important, because it's just effectively getting taken back out again. And we have to remember that. A lot of people are just not understanding that with regards to XRP. I'm over these flash massive buys and sell orders coming in and out of XR. Some players playing a game, his orders never felt. Yep. Can you have a look at Ontology chart? Yes, I will do. When I first bought XRP, it was called Ripple. People get annoyed when I call it Ripple. I know. I'm not buying XRP hype. It's mainly following BTC by this point. Of course it is, yeah. Some habits are hard to break. James Oklahoma, if you had almost $1 for $1 worth of value in XLM and XRP, would you take the XLM and go into XRP for long term, or hold both as is? Hold both as is. I like XLM as well. Not as much as I like Ripple, because I know more about XRP than I do XLM, but I do like XLM as well. CYT-Crypto, good morning from Thailand. Good to see you, buddy. Sean Dubs is in the house. Original Jedi is in with us. I wouldn't touch XLM just now. Ted is leaving the company. IBM thing fell through or is on the rocks. Not looking good, says Danny Phoenix. What are your thoughts on Cardano? Love Cardano. It's a long-term play though. It's definitely not a short-term trading coin. So if you're in it, you have to be prepared to wait a long time. But at these prices, accumulate, definitely. Kig is in the house. Good morning to you. Good to see you, buddy. Mike D, whether you agree with the project or not, if it's going to make you money, then jump in. Exactly, Mike. It doesn't really matter. Because I would, if XRP kind of came out and they kind of said done something I just didn't like, I'm not going to be loyal to any coin. I just want to be. I want to make money. This is what we want to do. This is what this channel is about as well. It's about making money. It's about me making money as well. When I'm kind of trading, I want to make money at the end of the day. So I have to look for the kind of good projects. XRP, Ripple is a good project. And the others we're kind of taking chances on, obviously, but it's educated, informed chances that we're doing. Cardano is awesome. Going to be another huge player in my opinion. Yes, without doubt. There's no question. Crypto Knowledge Iron, 70 watching, 16 likes. Crush them likes, folks. Oh, that was another one. Just to give you another shout out to Crypto Revolution. Always watch him, or usually watch him every morning. And he's got a brilliant show over at Crypto Revolution. If you've not checked him out, go check him out. He's one of the genuine decent guys in crypto, and he's got a big kind of space. He had Crypto Bitcoin Chris before, but he's still got a big kind of following over here. So subscribe to his channel as well. Really, really good stuff. And he's a good trader as well. He's got his own program as well. So I would definitely check out Crypto Revolution. Great guy. What was I going to look at there? I was looking at... Oh yeah, I was looking at the likes. And that's what I was looking at here. Yeah, 27 likes. So thank you very much for the thumbs up. If you could go down to kind of likes and hit those likes, it'd be great. And thanks for that, Jimbo. What's your opinion on Digitex after the latest news? Okay, so the latest news on Digitex is it becoming a DAU or DAO? We'll just get the news up. Digitex, because Adam... so he's got, has it come out here? Ah, there it is. We'll just go to news. I was going to show you the video. I won't show you the video though. Oh, well, okay, we'll just go to the video just now, 1 sec. Right, now I'm not going to show you the whole video. I just want to go to Crypto Slate. So this is the news. I've kind of seen this morning. And so it's going to be a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. So as an organization that uses the blockchain to mitigate the need for corporation or employee hierarchy, instead holders of a token in DAO typically decide on matters of governance through voting via smart contract. Kukla, if I'm being really honest, I have to be really honest, and I apologise for a lot of the kind of Digitex. I know a lot of people, I spoke about Digitex a lot and I did have high hopes for it. I haven't now. I really think this is another kind of, it's not a last straw thing. I don't rate it. If I'm being honest, and that's really, I'm not going to say, if you've nothing good to say, I don't think we should be saying anything about kind of a project. If you've nothing good to say about it, we just don't talk. I just don't talk about it. I don't see the point. So I'm not going to kind of put anybody down for that. I just don't rate it at all. I think this is just another attempt. That's my kind of thoughts on it. I don't rate it. Being honest, I know you're into it, Kukla, and I do apologise, but it's just a differing kind of opinion. That's all it is. Have BAB exit scammed? No, they haven't. They're still going just now. XRP is beginning to look like pump and dump coin by the day. No, I don't think so. A pump and dump? I wouldn't imagine so. I don't know if it's been. Obviously, there's a lot of whales in the kind of game just now. Hello, Don Wan. Crypto Don Wan is in the house. Good to see you, DJ. Another kind of, I think you're still an XRP fan. I don't think it's changed over the last couple of days, I would imagine. Rowan Rocker, it's important not to get too emotionally tied to a coin. You're talking about XRP an awful lot lately. Yeah, and I do. You can't help but get emotionally tied because you think it's gone up. So because I think XRP is going to go up 100%, 200% in the next, I'm going to say a few months. I do genuinely think that. That's why I'm kind of probably emotionally tied to it. If XRP, like I said, came out and done something that I didn't agree with, or it kind of went against kind of my principles or the ethos of kind of what crypto is all about, then I'll just dump it straight away. I'll just dump it. I've done it with a couple of them. I'm not afraid to do it again. So it is kind of about kind of making money as well. And I'm too emotionally tied. You can't help it. but I'm not so emotionally tied that I don't see the kind of woods for the trees as well. I can see the other side of it, why people don't like it, and I can see the good of it. I'm just erring on the kind of good side because I think it is going to go up big time, and I think it's going to bring mass adoption. There's lots of reasons why I like XRP. So that's why Rolling Rocket. But you're right, it's important not to get too emotionally attached, because what happens is you've got, and I've spoke about this before, is something called confirmation bias. So when you get emotionally tied to a project, you look for good news stories about it. So you look for the good, and you kind of ignore the bad, and you kind of, it's not within your kind of realm of consciousness about the kind of all the bad stuff that people are writing about it and why it's not going to work, etc. You just focus on the good stuff. So you've got that confirmation bias when you get too emotionally attached. So yeah, I definitely agree with you that I have kind of got that to XRP, but I do genuinely think it's going to go up 100, 200%. And I do genuinely believe it's going to get over its all-time high in Satoshi value, which is about 23,000 Satoshi, which is about 5x from here. And I do believe that's going to get that relatively soon. And when we're thinking about it for the future, so when I think about the future now, I'm thinking about kind of pension kind of future. I'm talking about when I'm 60, when I'm 70, and I'll still be kicking about and I'll still be fit when I'm 70. So I'm thinking about XRP as kind of my pension, or Bitcoin as my pension. That's how I tend to think in cryptos now, unless I'm trading it. But I'm trading it for Bitcoin, or I'm trading it for Ripple, or I'm trading it for Cardano. And that's what I'm doing. So it's either Ripple or XRP, Cardano, or Bitcoin. And that's really what I'm trading kind of coins for. I've got hidden gems in there. I'm into Travala just now. I think that's going to go up massively in value as well. But in the long term, it's probably going to, because I want to trade and get it back into Bitcoin. That's really what I'm doing here. Danny Phoenix, Digitex are all over the place at the moment. They don't seem to know what they want. Yeah. XRP will be just fine. Crypto Don Juan, yeah, definitely. B, does the Facebook white paper get released today? It supposedly gets released today. I don't know what time it is. Slim Shady, not yet. It should be out soon. Yeah. Looks like BTC will see more shorts in the near future. I think the retrace is coming. So 9,110 at the moment. I don't know what it's going to retrace to. That's the thing. So again, we'll have to look at the kind of downsides as well as the kind of upsides. So we're going to go from the bottom here. And we'll go to the top, 9,000, round about there. So we could get a retrace to 5564, typically on the 61.8, the golden fib, 6309, or 38% is 7073 before going back up. So if we're looking at the fib kind of retracement, and we're going from the bottom at 3,165 up to the top at 9,474. That's the recent ones. So it's natural for that is going to happen, that we're going to get some kind of pullback here. I don't think it's going to be too big, too huge. 38%, could it get down to that at 7053? It could do. It could do. Could it get down? Of course it could get down lower and go all the way down, and it might 100% retrace to 3,100. I don't think so. I think that's highly unlikely. I think the percentages of that happening, I just don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. And I know I'm kind of forever the optimist, but you have to look at two sides of it as well. Scottish Bull have confirmation bias towards Nash. I can understand why. I happily admit it. Yep. Rob Fiddler been trading ONT. Somebody was asking about ONT as well. ONT, BTC. So Ontology, we're looking at the daily chart at the moment. And kind of fell down around about the 14th of April. Fell down 7 over the 50 on the 14th, 15th of April. And it's not been up since then. So we're going to have to look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart doesn't look good at the moment. We've got some support here. You can see there's clear support. Even if you're not a TA person, you can see rough support there. Can hit that support, bounced up, hit the support, bounced up, hit the support, bounced up, hit the support. It should be due for a bounce here around about this level. If it falls below that, obviously we're looking at something entirely different. We're looking at a new phase. So we've got support here as well, round about the 14,000 level. But we've also got support here, short-term support here as well. From May, kind of 13th of February onwards, got support here. If it falls below that, we're looking at support of 14,000. And if it falls below that, there's no kind of real support below that, so it could fall big time. Ontology, but we should be due a bounce round about here for Ontology, just looking at it from a TA point of view. We'll go to the hourly chart, and it's not looking good at the moment, so it could come down to about 15,700 and bounce again round about these levels. So it's just a case of waiting and seeing. Just now, it's going to be difficult trading. It's going to be very difficult trading the altcoins just now, but I think the altcoin season is going to come back. And typically what happens when we see kind of Bitcoin, and we see at these kind of levels, obviously, what's happening is everybody's getting out of their altcoins. Not everybody, but a lot of people are getting out of their altcoins and jumping into Bitcoin because they think the Bitcoin price is going to rise, which makes it rise even more exponentially. And then the kind of people who were shorting it, they get stopped out or they get liquidated, then the Bitcoin price rises even more. And then everybody's looking at their alts and going, okay, I'm going to get back in. So it's just an exponential rise of the Bitcoin price. This is why you're seeing it rising so quickly just now. So when that happens, obviously a lot of people are out of alts. But when Bitcoin goes sideways or it just stabilizes, so if it stabilizes at this plateau level, so I've called this a plateau level around about the 9,000 level. So if we kind of go here and look at the horizontal line, and we say 9,000 is a plateau level. So if we see 9,000 a plateau level, so round about here, if it stabilizes and kind of bounces between here and then starts to kind of go up. So we're talking about, say, from 9,000 to 9,500. If it just jumps along here, pumps along quite nicely, but up until July, say, then we're going to have a big kind of movement in the alts. And then when it goes up to the next plateau level, which is $10,000, you're going to have the same cycle. So you're going to get people going out of the alts, going into Bitcoin. Bitcoin price is going to go up. It's going to shoot past 10,000, and then it's going to go 10,000, between 10,000 and 10,500, and then it's going to start another cycle. So that's what I mean by the kind of the plateaus they've got here. We're in a 9K plateau just now, so it's kind of jumpy at the moment, but it's going to go along here just now. So you're going to get something like this, and you're going to get that kind of happening, and you're going to get the alt season kind of happening in between until it gets to the next plateau. And the same again, it'll be the same cycle. So just wait for that and just keep an eye on the charts for that. There's a way to look for what's happening with the alts, with the charts as well. You can see quite clearly Yo-Yo has jumped. And I think I was talking about this yesterday. These are kind of pumping coins just now. And I think there's a couple of reasons for the pumping, because the USA are getting out of Binance, or USA users are getting out of it, and they're going to be pumping coins as well. Also, the actual companies or the projects owners are going to be pumping coins. This is going to add to it, and you're going to see a lot of that kind of happening as well. And people looking to make a last-ditch kind of effort for kind of Bitcoin, to trade back into Bitcoin. So there's a lot of reasons for it. So you're going to see a lot of coins pumping one by one. Yo-Yo is the latest one. That kind of jumped up with no warning, no news, 25%, and kind of came straight back down. But it's not came right back down, so I don't know if there is news about Yo-Yo actually. I think there was actually, so I might be talking mince there. I think there was news about Yo-Yo. Syscoin kind of jumped up as well, 34%. Ren already jumped up. That kind of jumped up 50%. So the kind of point is you're going to get a lot of this happening for a number of different reasons. It's going to be news driven, or it's going to be because it's been pumped and dumped, or there's a lot of reasons for it, but you can still see the kind of signs, the writing on the wall before it happens. And we'll just go over to Binance just now actually. And see what's happening. PundiX, I still think that's going to go up 100%, no problem at all, but it's just hovering between 9 and 10 Satoshi just now, and it might even go down to 8, 9 Satoshi. But it's just a nightmare to trade kind of PundiX, but I do think it's going to go up the 100%. And I think we're going to get a lot of coins doing that. Also, Binance has released BTCB, and this is in anticipation of them kind of Binance.us as well. And Binance, the coin, has actually gone up to 378,000. So I was talking about this in the premium group. A lot of people were asking, what do you think is going to happen to the Binance coin? I said when it was at 354, short term is going to go up, long term is going to go up as well, I think, for Binance. But we're going to have a lot of turbulence in the Binance token as well with regards to the price. But it's up just now. That's looking good. Overall, Binance still looks really strong. I don't think we're going to go down to $10 for Binance like a lot of people are saying. Just because I think they thought 10 steps ahead and have thought about each step. This kind of proves it. The fact that they're bringing out BTCB as well. Right, who is kind of leading the way? Yo-Yo's up there. Link is still going from strength to strength as well. It's at 21,000 Satoshi at the moment. You can see when it was down at 14 there. So Link has done extremely well. So it was kind of just a couple of months ago, or just last month, it was at 7,000. It's gone up 150 odd % since then. So it's done brilliant, or 200% nearly. RDN, ZEC, Sky is going up good. I called Sky this morning in the premium group. One of the few ones I called. Over the last couple of days because of the obvious volatility in the market just now, but there's still money to be made in the markets just now. Just looking at others, there's nothing really kind of major. ZEC is going back up again. RDN, I don't think there was any news about RDN, so that's kind of pumped as well. Do you think XRP has anything to do with Facebook? There could be some kind of thing going on there, but I don't know. I don't know. We need to kind of wait and see what happens there. CYT-Crypto, digital recently about Crypterium, global prepaid card. They have thousands of customers and they support like cancer within minutes. Amazing service. KYC is easy and fast. Waiting for the card now. I've not kind of looked at that, to be honest. CYT-Crypto. Danny Phoenix, hold 2 wildcards, looking for one more to invest in. So wildcards by wildcard, do you mean hidden gem, or do you need, what was your kind of definition of a wildcard? It'd be interesting to hear that. RB is a TA guy. What do you think of Shane Ellis' theory for XRP? I don't know, to be honest. Rolling Rocket, Digitex has already doubled since Smart Deck came on board. So far, so good. I'll put my stop losses in just in case I'm wrong. I think this is, I think this time it's going to launch. So we'll just look at what's kind of happening just now. Where are we? Charts. And we'll go to Digitex. So this is round about the time when all this kind of debacle happened. Then it came back down, but it's gone up since then. 308 has doubled. So it's been a great speculative buy. So it's kind of relatively stable at the moment. Wonder about BAB. I'm not seeing BAB. We'll look at the ETH value. No, it's still lingering. It's at all-time low as well. Metamorph. How are they doing? They've jumped up as well, 41 to 65. So they've jumped up, and they've just released kind of version 2 of the product as well. I still have high hopes for Metamorph, but we need to wait and see. It's about getting kind of onboarding users as well for Metamorph. I think that's it. I wonder where BPT are. They've kind of gone down the tubes and all but admitted, yeah, 96 at the moment. And I was doing so well as well. Unbelievable. That's kind of went bankrupt, Blockport. I stopped using Facebook years ago when I went to sold your personal info. Imagine what they'll do with your financial records. Facebook coin website. hear what you're saying about Digitex. Maybe it's better to just ride the wave for now. But it probably is, Coco. I mean, as a speculative buy, it could be really good as well. But as for long term, for me, certainly, no, it's not for me for long term. But other people have got different opinions as well. We have to kind of look at, if you compare kind of Brad Garlinghouse, the interview that we just seen at the very beginning, to kind of Adam Todd's, where he's done the kind of talks and stuff like that as well. Therein lies the difference. I think that's one of the big kind of difference. I'm not saying that you're not going to get. That's all I'll say. I think that's all I'll say on the matter, because I'll just get into it and I don't want to kind of get into it. What do you think of Mobi token, Bernard Ronald? I don't know about it. RDD chart, please. Just have a quick look. What time are we on? We've got enough time. RDD. So, daily, that's coming up actually. It's starting to move a wee bit. So it's not really done anything. And it's not done anything for a while. Since back in December 2017, when it kind of jumped up 1,000%, and it's almost retraced 100% since then. Yeah, it's nearly retraced 100%, Redcoin, since it kind of jumped up big time. And that was in the start of the kind of big move for Bitcoin in 2017, 2018. So, but if we're looking at it just now, there's not a lot of kind of trading going on with it. I'm just going to look in the volume. There's volume coming in since the 15th of June over the last 3 days. There's more volume coming in, which is good to see. But it's not something I would. It's crossed over. And 7 over the 50. 6 hours just to get a wee bit more. What is the volume like on it? 30.23 million. That's in Redcoin tokens, obviously. It might be coming off its lows. You might see a bounce from here as well. Short term. Yeah, you could be seeing something, a kind of bounce here short term, and possibly up to 33 Satoshi. So you're talking about maybe a 30 to 50% increase for Redcoin from here. But kind of risky. Got a mail from Pundit today saying they've added KuCoin on the payment network. Excellent. Excellent. That's KCS. So obviously with KCS, I've got kind of a partnership with KCS as well. Don't know if you've seen that on the KCS website. Gina Daho, Stephen, everyone, smash the likes. RB, what do you think is going to happen for XRP today with the FB news? I'm almost certain nothing will happen. I don't think anything will happen, to be honest. When Facebook brings out, unless Facebook say, okay, we're going to go all enterprise and we're going to go after the enterprise kind of market. Unless they say something specific like that, then I don't think anything's going to happen with the XRP price. No, I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever, to be honest. I think it's factored in. I put a long Litecoin, $130. Can you have a look? Litecoin, still like Litecoin for the long term, but we'll see. So did you say dollars? $130. So look at the dollar value. This is on Bitfinex, 130. So we're down just now on the daily. I've got 3 red candles, not a good sign. 4 hourly, we'll look at just now. We're coming down on the 4 hourly, unfortunately. I'm not saying get out of it, and I'm not giving you financial advice here, so put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on, and all that. I'm just going to have a look at it and just say, okay, this is what I think. So when I'm looking at the charts, I like to look at the daily, kind of to get the macro picture, the 4 hourly. 2 hourly is a good entry point in a fast market, and same with the hourly is a good entry point. I like the 2 hourly better. It gives you more confirmation when we're in a fast market, and this is definitely a fast market we're in just now. Things are changing very quickly, very volatile just now, so we're in a fast market. So Litecoin is not a good buy-in at this price. If I'm being really honest, in my opinion, I don't think it's a good buy-in at this price at this particular moment in time at $130. And just look at the Satoshi value. No, it's not. It's not a good buy-in. So when you're looking to buy into something, I've said this yesterday, I don't know, and somebody was kind of saying, I think it was Nick yesterday, was saying, what was the point of looking at the BTC value, or why do we not kind of look at the dollar value? This is why, because we have to look at the underlying kind of currency that's tied to it. It's predominantly Bitcoin. And if we look at this chart, there's no way we would have gotten a kind of Litecoin at $130. Litecoin is only $130 because Bitcoin the price is up so much to 9,100 or 9,200. That's why Litecoin and the other alts are going up. If it goes up in BTC value, that means people are buying. So if nobody bought Litecoin and nobody bought and traded and sold just now and just held everything just now with Litecoin and it just stayed at 1.42 million and nothing would change with regards to the price unless kind of the Bitcoin price went up. If the Bitcoin price doubled, then Litecoin would double to $260. Even if it wasn't traded, if nobody traded it whatsoever, it would just automatically double. This is why we look at the BTC value and look at the BTC price. That tells you that people are getting in and out of it with regards to kind of BTC. Or they could be getting USDT. If they've got USDT, they might be buying it that way for the dollar value. So it could be different from that point of view. So this is why I like to look at the BTC value. And somebody was asking about that yesterday. So I don't think, I'm sorry to say, in my opinion, I don't think it's a good buying price just now, but it might just turn on a hat. That was Chino. Two of my wildcards are Pundi X and Hot, looking for a token lower in the charts with very high potential. So who would that be? Would you look at there? Biton would be risky as well. I think one of the ones that are really good, that's very underrated just now, is Insular. Just now, I think they're very underrated at the moment. If you look at the GitHub activities, I think it's consistently one of the highest GitHub activities within Solar. So I think they are very underrated just now, and they've only got a market cap of about 12 million or something. INS. Yeah, 12 million. So a really low market cap, very, very underrated. I've never really spoke about them before. So it's blockchain solutions for business. So I think this could be really good for a long term and maybe as a pick for you as well. I just think there's a lot that's actually doing just now and a lot that's looking for to do in the future as well. And it's never really spoken about, it's never really marketed or anything, but this could be really big. And even if it 10x'd, could go to 120 million, it'll still be undervalued, I think. So I think that could be a good one if you're looking for other ones as well. I've never really spoken about it, I'm just trying to think of the ones I was looking at. What time are we on? 9:30, so we need to kind of finish up round about now. What do you think about one? A similar race up as Matic. I think it's going to rise. I don't think you're going to get the 300-500%. But we've already had a kind of big rise in that. But I think you're going to start to see the likes of One, Matic, Fetch, and all that doubling up. And Seller as well. I think we're going to start to see it doubling up. They're only all at 50 million, apart from Fetch, which is about 15 million market capitalization just now. So yeah, I think they're going to start moving as well. I was in VeChain for the long haul, but I think of liquidating 5 of my 7 nodes. That's Kick. Why do you say that? I just wonder why you're saying that, Kick. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just curious as to why you're saying that. And James Oklahoma, one of the Brown admins, does Cardano meet the requirements to be listed on the Binance.us platform? I don't know, to be honest. There's going to be a lot of these kind of coins that are not going to be listed on Binance.us, and I don't know if Cardano is going to be one of them. I think they've got a list somewhere, but doesn't meet the requirements. Is it going to be classed? I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting kind of months ahead. I'm keeping my VeChain stored away on my ledger for a few years. VR, never sell VeChain as a project of the future. Jimbo, I actually personally believe Litecoin halving is helping to drive the market. If Litecoin falls, like it looks like, it could help the market. The market could fall for Litecoin. So could be, yeah, that could be. Obviously, that's helping and kind of pushing the market lower and higher as well. But I think we're going to see pre-halving. I think we're still going to see Litecoin going up. I still see it going up to $170 to $180 to $200. Now we're touching that. And then after the halving, we're going to see it come back down again. But nowhere near as near as $30. But still, I think that's what's going to happen still, ultimately. And Gina Dow, thanks for the platform. Only in USD, 500 plus platform. Ah, right. Good. Danny Phoenix, 301 MC, looks like it could be third wildcard. I need to do some research on it. 301 MC, who is this? For Danny, around 200 to 300 market capitalization. Alright, so you're looking for a kind of a mid cap. It's not a small cap as such. Would 200, 300 be a mid cap? It probably would be a small cap, or even, I don't know how you classify that. Danny Phoenix, thanks Steve, my pleasure. D-Slick, namaste. John Russell, cheers mate, have a good day, and all the guys and gals too. B, thanks Steve, be careful in the Wild West trading today, thanks. Yes, INS you mentioned, right. Yeah, so I think it's 12 million market capitalization. So it's not, but if it could get to 120 to 200, in my opinion. Okay, I'll leave it there just now. Thank you very much. I know I've gone about XRP. I just still think it's a brilliant investment. But it's up to you. You can decide. This is not an XRP channel, and I'm not averse to kind of looking at the other side of XRP as well. But thank you very much for kind of watching. Really appreciate your time and all your comments as well. And if you're watching this on the replay, let me know what you think about the points being made today in this video as well. And remember, join a Telegram group. It's free. You can. There's a link down below as well, and you're going to get first dibs on joining the premium group when that comes out at the end of July, beginning of August. Okay, until next time, namaste. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.